Hi there, my name is Nicole, Hebert with the Journey to Hope team, and this is Voices of Recovery.
Okay, hello everyone. So my name is Stacey Simms, and I'm the Moose Jaw Drug Treatment Court Program Coordinator. I've been in this position for about 7 years. It's kind of evolved into what it is today. It didn't start out like that, but there's been other people in the role, and Moose Jaw's court actually began in 2009, and they put a lot of hard work into it to get it going, and then it's evolved into today. So today we run, and we have myself as the program coordinator. So that entails like kind of overseeing everything, making sure the clients are doing what they're supposed to at all, at all the different times. I work closely with probation. Kristen Sullivan, she helps get the program going. I work closely with addiction services, and they've put a team together, and I really feel we're at a really great place with our team. We also work with the legal side as well. But drug treatment court, for people that wouldn't know what drug treatment court's about, we're a treatment court for people with addiction. So they're participants, we call them participants instead of clients. Usually, that's what we call them. So they're participants of the court that are looking at jail time. Some are lower level traffickers, some commit, different offenses. But their primary issue is addiction. So they're either using their product, these people really need treatment court, so I'm really thankful that we in Moose Jaw have the treatment court. Regina also has a drug treatment court, and right now in Saskatchewan they're looking at other treatment courts for other cities because it is desperately needed. So many of this population, they go into the system and they're not being rehabilitated while they're in remand or in jail. They're trying to get more programming in jail, but right now as it stands, they'll do their time and then they come out and then they reoffend. So when they come into drug treatment court, they come into what's called assessment. So the Crown will make a referral, and there's a bunch of things that they have to, check off to be able to come into drug treatment court. We do not take violent offenders. There are certain things that have to check the boxes. But once they look like they may be a good fit for us, they come into what's called assessment. And we as a treatment team, which includes that probation piece, the addictions team lead, and myself, we evaluate the client, the participant, for 30 days to see if they are a fit for the program. And what we're looking at the start, all we're looking at, the judge will tell them in court, we want you to try. We don't expect these people to just kick, crystal meth and fentanyl in the first 30 days. Like, that's not going to happen. So they come in, and if they try, they attend everything, they're honest. Honesty is a huge thing. Then they'll be admitted into the program. So after about 30 days, they'd be admitted into track 1. Track 1 is stabilization. It takes a good 3 months. Then you move to track 2, and then track 3, and then if all goes really well, graduation. So it's an intense program. It lasts from 12 to 18 months. It's not an easy thing because the person has to choose, to change. And that's not hard for any of us. I mean, for me, I know, I need to choose not to eat junk food all day, right? Like, for me, that could be my vice, and it sounds like it might be minimizing, but it's that you have to choose to want to get better, right? So, but they have the supports available to them. So yeah, it's a great thing. I'm passionate about it. I love what I do. We see success. We don't see some success because the person has to be ready, right?
Great. I have a question just in terms of that. What are some factors that come into play, especially for somebody who is, again, transitioning out from being in jail to coming back into the community? What are some factors that those people might face without being involved in specifically your service?
Housing, finances, the supports there's supports out there, and I'll be cautious to talk about all of that. But, they're just, those barriers are there. And say they might not have a supportive family, or some families that are just, they've been through the ringer with them and it's hard for them to keep doing that. It's just tough. So if they come in and they don't have drug treatment court, they're kind of up, it's an uphill battle. They can do it. They have to want it. But we struggle with housing. We struggle with, social assistance. I know housing is so expensive, and to get anything, that's difficult. So, and we even struggle with some of that even in drug treatment court. And we have all the different resources, but we still struggle. So I wish there was more opportunity for anybody with addiction to get more help, because I can't imagine being in that position, because to come into drug treatment court, you have to have a certain level of charges, right? So it honestly breaks my heart just to see this cycle, and you do see success out there, but it's just it's sad.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's also, it's not, a one-person job, right? There's an accumulation of really wonderful supports that, are not always highlighted in that process. And I think, too, with having you touch on those different areas and the different supports that are involved in that process, the thought that goes into it is something that's, I think, really helpful, whether it be for parents, whether it be for siblings, whether it be for people wanting to access those pieces. And two, there's a lot of, I think, change in our communities of taking on some of those processes. From what it's sounding like, it's also nice to see other sectors like paramedicine, like the health region, and also community-based agencies, grassroots agencies that are working together to help with that piece. And I can imagine that maybe you learn a lot from maybe the feedback of certain people that go through that process.
It takes a whole community to do drug court, and we're not perfect, and we've struggled, but our community in Moose Jaw is fantastic. And you actually spoke about the paramedics and the paramedicine, and they have a new program out there that is really filling in some gaps for us. You have John Howard Society, you have My Place. All of these programs, we couldn't do it without all of these pieces, because at one time we struggled and we didn't have, we're not federally funded, right? So our participants, there'd be a lot lacking there. Addiction Services now run the Matrix program in conjunction with us, the participants, and housing things, they're stepping more up to the plate now, through My Place and John Howard. But for a time, we were struggling, but I feel we're getting to a place now that we're seeing the benefits, and our clients are experiencing the benefits, and they're more successful. I think we've had some of our greatest successes in the last year and a half, 2 years. And even with my participants now, I have a couple girls that are very stable and doing really well. And that's because of all of these partners. We could not do it without them. Talk about Mary Lee Booth, she's reaching out, and all of these people understand, drug treatment court, okay, how's it going now? And I work a lot just reaching out to these
Mm-hmm.
places, you know what's cool and what we were seeing happen, touching on that, is that our participants all of a sudden, they see the help that's coming forward and the people that genuinely want to help them. At first,
Mm-hmm.
you see people being like, okay, are you really like there for me? Are you really wanting to help? This is just your job. But so many of the people I've come across, like I know just in our court, like I will go above and beyond just because these are people that are struggling.
Mm-hmm.
And when they see like the people at John Howard or even at this whole thing putting on this to make people aware, it's like they begin to trust that and then they want to give back. And that's what I love to see, is when the participants start to go, hey, wait, I want to help out with this. Oh, I want to help out with that. And it's just, that is the coolest thing to see. And they start to, like you said, trust their community and give back to their community. And that is the reward, right? For everyone. So
we have people in place that are motivated to learn by the people they're working for and with every day. And that says a lot.
Absolutely. No, I agree. It's really rewarding, and especially when you see that success. And for me, I've always gone into work with the attitude of, these participants are people like me, and I want to get to who they are, who that true self is, and that's why I do what I do. And if I can come in every day thinking that way, and I see so many other people doing that also, and that's what I think we need to do as a community, as a people.